Hi students, welcome back. Now that you know why science emerged and how science is approaching a problem and how we should approach science to seek knowledge, the medium of science or the subject science is there because we are having many problems and many unknown things around the universe and we are trying to understand it. Science is the subject which will teach you the truth in a systematic way. Okay, then let's speak about the subdivisions of science. As science is progressing, science is divided into physics, chemistry, and biology. Let me ask you your opinion. Before saying your opinion, you just forget that I am your physics teacher. I'm a common man. And as a common man, I am asking you a question. Among physics, chemistry, and biology, which is your interesting subject? Which is the most interesting subject for you? Among physics, chemistry, and biology, which is the most interesting subject for you? Okay, you will have your answers. And I used to ask this question in most of my first class. And I used to get a common answer among the group of students. Majority of you would say biology. Some of you would say chemistry and few students used to say physics is their favorite subject among the three. Then let it be like that itself. I'm asking you another question. That is, I'm giving you a task. Within next 2 minutes, you just say as many scientists that you have studied up to this academics as you can. Give me the names of the famous scientists that you know. Famous scientist. Okay, let's start. Okay, you have to pause this video and try it for 2 minutes. Then bounce back. Okay, after this 2 minutes, you might have recalled many scientists. Classify these scientists into the streams they are related to. That is, classify that scientist to physicist, chemist, and biologist. Now, if you are classifying the scientist, I'll say some common names that you all have recalled. Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, most probably Thomas Alva Edison, Stephen Hawking. Some of you may say APJ Abdul Kalam. And few of you would have said Charles Darwin, Mendeleev, Niels Bohr. Okay, then if you are classifying the scientist onto the streams of their contribution, let me remind you Niels Bohr, Ernest Rutherford, J.J. Thomson, they all are physicists. You might have learned them in chemistry, but they are actually scientists related to physics and their contribution is taken in chemistry. That's why you are learning them in chemistry. They are having their academic degree in physics and they are having or they have done their research in physics. Okay. After classification, what you can see is among the scientists that you have mentioned, most of the scientists are physicists. You can have a very few scientists related to biology. Most of the case that's happening. Okay. If that is not the case, you can message me, sir. I got most of the scientists as biologists. It may happen, but majority of the situation, this is the case. Why the scientists that you remember, most of them are physicists. We are giving Nobel Prize for physics, chemistry and biology every year. And scientists related to physics, chemistry and biology has contributed to our current upliftment of the society and science and technology. But why you are remembering the names of physicists? I can say they or their contributions are much more interesting. Or in other words, you are having an interest in physics. Then why did you say chemistry, biology and all? Can you recall what was my question? I asked you which is your interesting subject. But you might have given me an answer for which is your easiest subject. Easy and interest, in the normal case, they are not lying in the same point. They are at different points. That is, if you are having two games, one game is very easy and which could be played or won by an average person by spending a 5 minute or 10 minutes, and there is another game, let's say computer game, which is very tough and it is having many levels, and if you are sitting on that computer game for hours, then also you won't be able to complete the levels of that computer game. Which game will you prefer? We will prefer tough games. Most of you will prefer tough games. The game which is easy and the game which can be easily won, we won't like to play that game because it's not interesting. If the game is tougher, then it is more interesting. Then the reason for not choosing physics might be it is a bit tough. It's a difficult subject. If you're learning physics, questions will be coming which is not directly able to answer. We will be learning something, and on getting that questions, we won't be directly give that answer. We'll have to use some ideas, techniques and all to get that answer. It will be in a twisted format. And if it is a difficult subject for you, and if it is difficult for getting marks, if you have chosen biology or chemistry because you can get good marks by studying biology and chemistry, then they are not the interesting subject. They might be the easiest subject. And if you have left off physics by saying it is a difficult subject and it is difficult to score good marks in physics, then it might be your interesting subject. Okay, therefore, let me say this to you. Physics is not easy. In physics, there will be concepts and the concepts will be unfolded by using complicated mathematical calculations and all. Therefore, among the three subjects that you are going to learn in your plus 2, physics will be your toughest one. I'm not classifying maths as a subject because maths, I have said, it's the language of science. Okay, in physics, you will have to learn both concepts and mathematical calculations. The mathematical calculations will be there in physics in every concept. But why are we doing this mathematical calculations? We are not simply giving you a concept and we are saying that you should blindly follow it. We are saying you this is the concept and we have obtained it by these types of calculations. Therefore, you can rely on that concept because this is the reason for that. Okay, then this is how physics is progressing. Therefore, as I have said, physics is a tough subject and it's an interesting subject. Tougher the subject, more interesting it will be. Okay, but we will have to learn the mathematical formulas, and physics is having only one language, or science is having only one language. By one language only we could approach science and communicate science and learn or develop science. It's through the language of mathematics. Therefore, we don't have to learn the complete mathematics in your max syllabus, but we will have to learn some basic formulas, some basic equations, and learn some techniques how to use that basic equations. Without mathematics, we cannot say anything in physics. Therefore, let me teach you some basic mathematic formulas. That is, I'm not directly moving on to physics. Before moving on to physics, I'll be teaching you some basic mathematical formulas. Some of that formulas you might have learned it in your previous class. We'll have to polish it. Some of them will be new to you. You will have to understand and learn the formulas and learn how to use it. Okay. Therefore, in our next session, we'll be teaching you, or I'll be teaching you many mathematical formulas. Then we'll slowly approach towards the physics. Okay. We are stopping this session.